Today I want to share with you about the ministry of Jesus. You may recall that Scripture says that Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost. But how did he do that? Well, the Bible tells us in the book of Matthew chapter 4, verses 23 through 24, it has this to say. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease among the people. Then his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought to him all sick people who were afflicted with various diseases and torments, and those who were demon-possessed or demonized, epileptics, paralytics, and he healed them. How did Jesus go about seeking to save those who were lost? He did four major things, as Scripture tells us. He was preaching the gospel of the kingdom and teaching in the synagogues, healing all types of sickness and disease, and delivering the demonized. He did four major things. This isn't the only place this is mentioned. You can go to Matthew chapter 9. You can go to passages in Luke. You can go to other parts of the Gospels and the epistles, and you can see this over and over again. Jesus would teach, he would preach, he would heal, and he would deliver. And by doing all of that, not only did he save sinners from the penalty of their sin, but he also healed physical bodies and delivered those who were under Satan's power. So Jesus made changes in his people that received his message both internally and externally. His ministry was transformative. His ministry showed them how to live a new type of life. He wanted them to be his disciples. Jesus not only was concerned about counting the number of converts, he was concerned about making disciples who would carry on his ministry just like he did. And those disciples would in turn make disciples, and those disciples would in turn make more disciples. And it was carried out, it was to be carried out for generations, for all of time. That we today have been commanded to have the same ministry that Jesus did. Seek and to save the lost, and do it by teaching, preaching, healing, and delivering. So you see, the gospel of Jesus is a complete gospel. Some people call it the full gospel or the whole gospel. It's complete. It touches every area of our existence. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, demonized situations in people. It affects all of us in all those dimensions. Now let's consider for a moment, is the modern church, specifically in America, are we ministering the whole or complete gospel as Jesus did? Are we preaching the gospel of the kingdom? Are we teaching principles of discipleship that creates not just converts, but disciples of Jesus who make other disciples? Are we preaching it and teaching it that way? Are we healing the sick? And I don't mean leaving it up to the hospitals to heal the sick in the name of some denomination. I mean healing the sick by taking the gospel message that Jesus saves, Jesus heals. He is the one who heals the sick. We're the one who carry the message. We're the one who anoint with oil. We're the one who lay hands on the sick. But it's up to him to heal the sick. And he will when we carry it out the way that he commissioned us to do it. What about delivering people that are demonized? That's a part of the ministry of Jesus. That's the part that we should also include in our ministries today. I'm convinced that if we carry the full, complete gospel as Jesus preached it, as the early church preached it, we'll see signs, wonders, miracles, healings, and salvations by the multitudes, and disciples being made. Jesus gave the Great Commission in Matthew 28, 19 and 20. He said, as you go, preach, teach, make disciples, baptize them, and teach them everything that I've taught you. Are we doing that? I challenge us today to rethink the ministry of Jesus and how we can incorporate it in our daily life. May God bless you.